Nodon. Forwarding request and response of one solid to another solid. Forwarding request and response of one solid to another solid is called as servlet forwarding. Forwarding request and response of one solid to another solid is called as servlet forwarding. Forwarding, say servlet forwarding means solid is not forwarded, only request response forwarded. That concept terminology for servlet forwarding will call. Forwarding request and response of one solid to another solid is called as servlet forwarding. Say, suppose two solids suppose two solids or three solids here. Suppose it's the first solid. First solid. It is second solid. It is third solid. Now dissolve in server. Dissolve in server. Here we'll write a code. After writing the code, last line will forward. Here we'll write some forward. Again here also we'll write some code. After that, last line again here will forward. Here also solid code. Now here we'll write forward. Here also we'll write forward. Okay. It is forwarding like from browser. From browser, I'll send the request to first solid. Here I'll type the URL. It is client. Here I'll type the URL. Something http://2 localhost colon 8082 something forward as a war file name slash first. I'll write. Okay. Then what will be happening is my request password to first solid. My request password to first solid. This request is called HTTP request. HTTP request. Now my request password to first solid. First solid code executed. After that, solid request, solid response forwarded to second solid. Second solid code executed. After that, solid request, solid response forwarded to third solid. Third solid executed. After comes to browser. After that, response comes to a browser. This response is called HTTP response. HTTP response. Now, request password to first solid. Response is coming from third solid. Executed. That nation browser doesn't know. Browser is sending for solid. Then output received no. Then what it will understand is this output maybe from first solid will understand. It doesn't know how many executed also. Okay. So browser is sending request to first solid. First solid executed. It is forwarded to second solid. Second solid executed, forwarded to third solid. Third solid executed. At last response comes. Then what server will understand? It is executed by only first solid. That output came like that. It will understand. Response from first solid, it will understand. But actually, how many solids executed? 3 solids executed here. Okay. Now, for example, now when we have to use this one is modularity purpose. Instead of writing complete code in a one solid, if the task is very in that situation, you can use. See, for example, while writing core Java program, are you writing complete task code in the main method? No. You'll write in other methods also, other class also. From main method to other method, other method to other method, other method to other method. Even task you are going to divide into number of modules. According to module, you are going to divide number of pieces. All like that you are dividing. Modularity comes. Instead of writing complete code in a one solid, you divide into many solids. Modularity purpose. Okay. Say, instead of writing complete code in the main method, you will write other methods also. Main method to other method, other method to other method, you'll call. Like that, at last output comes. Here also, at last output comes. Instead of writing, giving a burden to one solid, one place, you can divide into many solids. Modularity is a benefit with this. Say, and also server doesn't know how many, browser doesn't know how many solids executed. Okay, that is solid forwarding concept. Say, suppose I'll assign one work to you. You will assign, what you will do? You will do something. You will assign to one more person. Again, you will assign to some other person. At last, you'll bring. What you are giving, I will understand. But that is done by 3-4 members. Like that. Instead of giving a burden to one person, we'll divide into many people. Like that. Instead of giving a writing complete code in a one solid, we'll divide into many solids. But when we are to use, the task is very big, then only. But only 5 lines, 2 lines here, 1 line here, you should not write. That is also memory wasted. Because every solid object has to create. That is also wasted. Suppose thousands of lines is 300 lines here, 200 lines like that. Based on the exact module, you can divide. You can write. Modularity is the benefit. Always will divide into modules. That purpose we use this concept. Write this one. Diagram node. Forwarding request and response of one solid to another solid is called as solid forwarding. So what we are forwarding? Requests and response. Forwarding request and response of one solid to another solid is called as solid forwarding. So rec will be the do get method, do post method, service method. These and response will pass, but request contains request parameters. Response parameters. Whatever you are sending to browser, that information passed. That means solid request, solid response. These are interfaces, references, refers some object. That object data transferred. Data. Solid, see, HTML program you have seen. First name, last name, address, mobile number, whatever you think. Those all will be stored in one object. That object referred by request. That request passed to another solid. Then other solid also can use the data. So whatever we received from HTML page here, that is hand over to second solid also, because object is passed. Then same object received here, that data will be there. You will see. Programs I'll give, differences notes I'll give, everything, theory notes also. Okay. Here first you remember, solid forwarding means solid is not forwarded. Request and response forwarded. That point remember present. Okay. Is it over? I am sending request to which solid? Response coming from which solid? Third solid. In how many solids executed? 3 solids executed. Because server implicitly forwards that information browser doesn't know. Okay. Again, second to third also, server implicitly. Browser involvement is not there. Okay. Browser is sending to first solid. First solid forward, request response forwarded to second solid by server only. Second to third also server only. From third you are getting, okay. The main advantage of solid forwarding is modularity. The main advantage of solid forwarding is modularity. The advantage of solid forwarding is modularity. Now, one more concept is there, including. That one, this one in a one program. That one, this one, differences at a time. I'll explain. Solid including. Including request and response of one solid, another solid. Now, including request and response of one solid into another solid is called as solid including. Including request and response. Include request and response of one solid into another solid. Including request of solid into another solid is called as solid including. Suppose, say, concept name is solid including, but what we are in? Request and response. Say, in the program request we are writing, the request nothing but reference. It is reference. It refers some memory. It refers some memory. That means this total data you can access. Okay. Now, here, suppose for example, it is first solid, it is second solid, first solid, second solid. Suppose here one address solid, see, company address, separate one solid created. Okay. In that company website, many solids are there, many web pages are there. Here first solid code and second solid code. Okay. Now here include here at bottom this address I'll include each. Now include these all in server. These all in server. From client system we'll send the request. From client system we'll send the request to first solid. Now from client system I'm sending request to first solid. Then how many solids executed? 2 solids. First solid. If I send request to second solid, address solid. Okay. Now suppose 100 solids are there. In every solid address required. Include 100 times. 100 times we can write. Say one time we return address, 100 times included. What is the benefit? Reusability. This code is reusable. Now in every web page at bottom company address required. Instead of writing again and again address, you make it address separate solid, include. What is the benefit is that code is reusable. 100 times are reusable. And even suppose company address changed. How many changes? One time you have to change. If 100 solid separate is there, 100 times you have to change. That is also benefit, no? That is one time if you write, many times you can utilize reusability. Write this one. So 2 times address included. Even 100 times also you can include reusability. And even address is changed, one time only you have to modify. One solid you have to modify. Like this, if you don't include, 100 times you have to update. Is it over? Now, it is not only solid including, concept is solid including, we can include JSP also, we can include HTML also, possible. HTML can be included, solid can be included, JSP can be included, notes I'll give. First one program I'll show you, after that notes I'll give. Is it over? Next, write it. The main advantage of solid including is reusability. The main advantage of solid including is reusability. The main advantage of solid including is reusability. Okay. The code is reusable. That is a benefit. Now, solid forwarding, solid including, both in a one program I'll give. First, what are the methods required, which interface required, that is I'll explain. One request dispatcher, one interface is there. I given solid API time. While giving solid API, I given this interface name. Request is going to be dispatched. That's what dispatcher. Methods. Forward method, include method. Not. Forward, include. Is it over? See, forward method, how many parameters? 2 parameters. Solid request, solid response. Include method, 2 parameters. Solid request, solid response. With the request dispatcher, we can call forward include with a request dispatcher. For guesser, solid request record again. But request dispatcher requires solid request dispatcher, like both. Okay. Like that only is there. But in the do post method, we are getting request. With that, you can get the request dispatcher. After that, again, that is you can pass here. See, forward include. Now, in the place of solid request, can I pass HTTP solid request? Yes. No? Which is super interface, which is sub interface? This is super interface. That is sub interface we can assign to super interface. No? That is called upcasting. We can pass. Now, one more method for getting request dispatcher required. Solid request. Here method. Node on. If we call get request dispatcher, then you'll get a request dispatcher. Here, next solid URL pattern you have to pass. What is upcasting? Assigning subclass object or subclass reference to superclass reference is called upcasting. URL pattern of next solid. URL pattern of next solid. URL pattern of next solid. To which solid you want to forward that solid URL pattern? To which solid you want to include that solid URL pattern? Now, with the solid request reference, you call this method. Then request dispatcher come. With this reference, call forward or include, whatever required. Is it over? Now, our task is forwarding, including, both in a one program I'll show you. Say, forwarding, including program. In this program only I'll extend. This logins already you have seen. Here, if the given username password exists, I'll forward. Else, I'll include this HTML again. Now that means I'll do like this. Say login.html. Login form. Username, password, submit button. Okay, reset button. Username, password, submit, reset. You will click on submit. Then it will receive first name, username, password, whatever you entered, these all received by login solid. Now it will check in the database. It will check in the database. Now, if exist, else, say this solid, login solid. Now, if exist, I'll forward. Given username password exists, I'll forward to another solid. Here forward. Here welcome solid. Okay. Now here welcome username. Else invalid username password. Include this HTML. Again login HTML. No. Invalid username password appears again same. This is including. Here include. This is I'll explain. Note down. So in a one program, both forwarding including both I'm going to teach in a one program. Password is there, forwarded to welcome solid. If not there, invalid username password as well as login.html also again appears. So then what, until right username password you entered, that invalid username password login.html again and again it will appears. In real time also like that only appears. Red color letters only appears invalid username password. Remaining as it is will be there. Here also like that. This page as it is included. Okay. Is it over? So use this program, that program already, whatever you have seen, that program only I'm extending. Okay. Already login.html completed. Login Servlet also completed. Only in the if condition place, I'll forward. In a else block, I'll include. That is you are going to see. Same program. I'll modify login Servlet. I'll write welcome Servlet. Okay. Is it completed all? See. Now I'll open Eclipse. See, Java perspective is see here, login solid, I'll modify. Solid Java. Here. 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 If the given username password is there, we return welcome. In the place of welcome, we have to forward. Forwarding purpose, first request dispatcher required. For getting request dispatcher, which method you have to call? Get request dispatcher. That method in which interface? Servlet request. But here we have HTTP Servlet request. Using subclass reference, using superclass subclass reference, can I access superclass method? It is sub interface reference, that is super interface method. You can call. What you have to write? Request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get request dispatcher. Okay. Now, to which servlet you want to forward, that servlet URL pattern we have to write. To which servlet we are forwarding? Welcome servlet. Something welcome. This is we have to write again. Welcome servlet URL pattern. Okay. After this, request dispatcher dot forward. See, request response automatically comes. Now here request dispatcher for this is a method of which interface? Servlet request. It is a reference of which interface? HTTP Servlet request. But Servlet request is super interface. HTTP Servlet request is using sub interface reference. You can I call super interface method? That's what valid. Here what it takes actually? A Servlet request, Servlet response. But what we passed? HTTP Servlet request, HTTP Servlet response. That is upcasting. Here inheritance Here upcasting. Inheritance different, upcasting different. What is inheritance? Creating a new class from an existing class. That is inheritance. Assigning subclass object to superclass object. That is upcasting. Okay. See, it is A class. It is B class. Now, it is A class. It is B class. Now, using B class reference, can I call A class? That is called just inheritance. That's what possible. Now, B class object, can I assign to A class? That is called upcasting. Here, A, OB equal to new B. This is called upcasting. Which class object created in this line? B class. B class object assigned to A reference. It is called upcasting. Okay. Now, if you create B object with that B object, if you call A method, that is inheritance concept. That is not called upcasting. Inheritance different, upcasting different. Now it is forwarded to welcome solid. Now after invalid username password, we have to include. What you have to write again? Request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get request dispatcher. Okay. Next, HTML. HTML you can write slash login dot HTML. We have to include RD dot include over. Now in the if block, I written RD. In the else block also I written RD. Can we write? Yes. Yes. This is block variable here. This is block variable in else. You can write over. Now here invalid username, here already HTML page, HTML code is there. In a login.html only, HTML code will be there. But here for this one HTML code not required. That's what I'll do. Here HTML is not required. I'll remove this. Only this one, if you want, you can add. Suppose pw.println. Already login.html. .html. Okay, background color red is there, no? That is again red color letter. If I display it will not appear. So now red color letters appear. I'll display. Here suppose font color equal to red. Here font close. That's it. Only this code enough because that HTML anyhow included. Font color red. Now, sir, what is it? Semicolon. No. Now I'll execute up to here. You observe. Right click. Run on server. Save. Login.html also save. Overriding their company. Overriding also one concept. Overriding different, inheritance difference, upcasting different. Now here login homepage.html. Now login. Username, wrong password. If I click submit, say invalid username password. Again same login page. You press a number of times. See. Again same page. In real time also like this only comes, no? Same page. If I give right username, right password, which program executes? Login solid executed, forwarded to welcome solid. But a welcome solid we didn't write. That's what only 4 not found error comes. Now we didn't write till 4 not found, not found. This error, many reasons will be there. Not only resource not found. Your mistake is also error. Okay. Now we have tried welcome solid. Right click, new solid. Package login. Welcome solid. Welcome solid. Next. Already we decided URL pattern. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Next. Which type of request coming? Post type. So do post. Same request forwarded. That's what do post. Now here just printing welcome message with username. First retry username. Request dot get parameter. Uname. We don't record password, only username enough. Print writer. Response dot get writer. pw dot println. Welcome that username. Yes. If you want to display with HTML, you can add. HTML body. Whatever you want, you can add this one. H1 close body, close HTML, close. Now you observe, right click, run on server. Restart. Homepage.html. Say login, username, triple A. When I click on submit button, how many solids executed? 2 solids. What are those? Login solid, welcome solid. In the address bar, which solid URL pattern appears? Which solid? Login solid. Output from which solid comes? That is, okay, that is you observe. In the address bar here login solid URL pattern appears, but output comes from, say, submit. Welcome for login. Because browser doesn't, there are 2, so okay. Now back. If password is wrong, submit. Now also you observe, it is not HTML not showing. It is login. It is included. Password login. Again same page. N number of times you enter. Same. Now again existed user. Well, okay. Now in this case, what I given, only just if condition code only I changed. You observe login solid. Only this part, if condition. Here. Okay. What you do is print writer onwards up to else block, write it enough. Now what you do is login solid.java heading. Heading, right? Login solid.java. Heading login solid.java. Only this part, write it. Login solid.java. In that, just this code snippet, write it enough. Here. Dash dash same as above. Previous program already you studied, no? That is. Remaining code same. Instead of writing complete, you write this enough. Later you can attach. Write this. So if the given username password exists, forward it to welcome solid. Does not exist, invalid username password message as well as HTML included. Is it over? So here forwarded to welcome solid. Here login.html included. Is it completed? Now welcome solid. Welcome solid node. Welcome solid.java. Node welcome solid.java. Welcome solid.java. Is it over? Now you observe request dispatcher RD equal to we return request dot get request dispatcher. With that forward. In a forward, how many parameters I passed? 2 parameter. Request response. Actually here, what is happened? See, now first of all, we are sending request to homepage.html. This page just HTML page. This is our program as it is comes executed output appears. You will click login. This is also full-fledged HTML program. It will come, it is executed, comes. You will enter username, password. What are these two? Request parameter values. Request parameter values. That parameter names are uname, pivot. Those two like a variables. These two like a values. Variable value like that. These two, who will receive? Login solid will receive. In that request object will receive. So here what will be happen here? Uname. It is nothing but one variable. Pword. It is nothing but one variable. Here in a uname, whatever you enter, listen. Uname pword. In a uname, whatever you entered, ABC username, password XYZ password you entered. Okay. Uname and pword, where we are writing HTML program we are writing. Those two like a variables. Those two like a variables. Whatever you are typing, no, those are like a values. These all received by one object. That object is servlet request subclass object. That object referred by request. That object referred by request. This object only we are calling like a servlet request. But actually it is not servlet request. Servlet request subclass object. But which is subclass? That is also an interface only. Sub-interface, that's it. Subclass. One class will be there. That class we do not know. Reason, different server, different class will be there. In Tomcat server, one class will be there. WebLogic server, one more class will be there. That is developed by vendors. Those all interfaces are implementing? No. Servlet request implemented in one class. That class object created. That class object created. What you are doing? This request you are passing from login servlet to welcome servlet. It is login servlet. Login servlet. Here welcome servlet. Now from login servlet to welcome servlet you are passing request. Then what will happen? Whatever is created request that is copied in. That means it is another reference. Another reference. It is also refers same memory. But where is this memory? Inside the server. But this program is another program. This program is different program. But we can access. This reference copied. It is nothing but in core Java what will do? Main method to other method will pass the data, no? That type. Main method to other method will pass the parameters. That type this is. So login servlet request reference copied into welcome servlet request reference. That means whatever is hash code is there, that hash code copied here. Then this hash code can access this data, no? That is the reason request.get parameter, if I write, we are getting username. Otherwise, all get data. That is actually we entered in HTML program. But HTML program to login solid. Login solid to welcome solid also coming. Reason, same request forwarded. That is the reason. Password also you can bring. Password also we can bring. See, in real time, it like this will be there. Username, password will enter. Here, inbox displayed. Inbox. Here, you'll click spam. You'll click trash. Hyperlinks will be there, no? Now, when you click spam hyperlink, what will happen? Spam box comes. But that your spam box only comes, no? Are you typing username, password again? It is going to be stored somewhere, no? That is actually session tracking. This is forwarding. But there we use session tracking. That means other servlet also get data. But are you typing username, password every page? Somewhere it is stored, no? Where it is stored? Server. Server it is stored. Okay. There until you log out it is maintained. But this is until this servlet is closed, it is maintained. Because suppose from here to another servlet you clicked. Another servlet you clicked. But it vanished. This data vanished. But this is different. Until you log out it is maintained. That is next further concept comes. But present, how you are getting this data is login servlet request reference only we are passing to welcome servlet. That means this hash code copied in this hash code. Then this hash code communicates with this object. Then this hash code points to that object only. That's what this username we can use in welcome servlet also. Okay. Same request forwarded. That's what you will get the data. If another request comes, null will be there. Okay. That is a concept. Notes I'll give tomorrow. Request response. This forwarding include. Notes I'll give tomorrow.